Namaskar. It's a pleasure to be invited to speak about Radha Reddy as part of their 24th annual Parampara Series of Indian dance and music. Knowing them both and their work since the early 1970s, it's no surprise that they have taken this opportunity to be undaunted by the pandemic lockdown to create this wonderful series that now, in collaboration with the United Nations, is going to be reaching a truly worldwide audience. Their dedication to the excellence in every aspect of performance, of teaching, research, and presentation have earned them very well-deserved accolades, including individual and simultaneous Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan awards from the President of India, the Sahitya Kala Parishad Samman from Delhi government, the National Sangeet Natak Academy Award, Kalidas Samman from the government of Madhya Pradesh, and many state and institutional recognitions, many of them for lifetime achievement. Now, Raja and Radha Reddy are correctly regarded as solely responsible for bringing Kuchipudi onto the cultural map of the world in the 1960s and 70s. And this was really owing to the masterful way that Raja and Radha took the Kuchipudi that they had learned from Guru Vedantam Prahalad Sharma of Eluru, and they presented this art in a very polished theatrical form very effectively. Raja has taken it forward over the decades to establish a wonderful dance sphere which supports many major new and continuing contributions to Indian classical dance and music. Now, Raja and Radha's performances are memorable for what the New York Times had called one of the most superb performances seen anywhere in the world, and also said cleanly articulated dramatic gestures, which brought the level of theatricality to a higher plane. No one who saw them can ever forget the tall, handsome Raja's statuesque stage presence and his powerful poses. Radha was very captivating in her pure dance and in her abhinaya. Now, this came about because of many long hours of rehearsals so that they had perfect synchronization. And in 50 years in their career, they have actually traveled to more than 104 countries and showcased the rich Sanskriti of Indian culture to royalty, presidents, and many other dignitaries all over the world. I'd like to just share a few highlights from this amazing career. In the 70s, they saw many groundbreaking milestones. They performed in New York City for the Rockefeller Foundation, in front of U.S. President Ford in New Orleans. They danced at the Queen Elizabeth Hall in London, and they were the first Indian couple to perform Kuchipudi dance in the Avignon International Dance Festival in France, along with great dancers like Nureyev. In 1982, Radha Reddy's Kuchipudi performance, along with 5 others, was presented at the non-aligned meet in New Delhi for 110 heads of state. After this, President of Cuba, Fidel Castro, invited them to perform, and when they had completed their 3-day tour, he wrote to the Prime Minister of India and said, "I have seen complete India in Radha Reddy's performances." Now, in the 90s, they had the opportunity to dance in Durban in South Africa at the Playhouse Theatre for the general public after apartheid. And they were also, in those days, the only Indian classical dancers to feature in the All-Star Ballet Gala Festival in Japan. They even have received keys to cities in Cleveland, Ohio, in Dublin, and also in Florida, from Hollywood, Florida. Now, Radha has always been one of my favorite dancers. The quality of her abhinaya is very special. It's imbued with a grace and a gentle charm that kind of crackles with sensuality. And I'm also extremely fond of her as a person for the kindness of her nature, which comes through not only in her art, but also in her teaching, and as the matriarch of the family Parampara of artists. Raja, he is a wonderful combination of passion for dance and knowledge of his art. He's a very hard taskmaster, demanding perfection on the stage. And he's also a superb choreographer and an affectionate friend. Kushalia is not only Natavanur for performances, but she's the primary manager of the events, the tours, the public relations, and along with their beautiful and beautifully talented daughters, Yamini and Bhavna, they are a unique Kuchipudi family, which also includes a generation of students who have been trained at Natya Tarangini in New Delhi and also in Hyderabad. And then they are set, these wonderful students, like a jewel, into these annual festivals, and this one being the 24th. Along with their performances, Doctors Radha Reddy have also performed for various charitable institutions and non-government organizations. The Red Cross Society, WHO, Blind Relief School, Cry Foundation, the Dipalia Foundation for Slum Children, and also on the death anniversary of Saptar Hashmi on the theme of communal harmony. From time to time, they've worked with disabled and mentally challenged children to bring them joy through their dance. For example, in the year 2000, they specially choreographed for the Republic Day Parade with differently abled students from Akshay Pratistan, from Tamana, and from the Balwant Rai Mehta School, and in the same year performed for Naresh Kapuria's Kargil War fundraiser at the India Habitat Center in New Delhi. Another jewel in their crowns was when, on the request of the former President of India, President Dr. Abdul Kalam, they choreographed a production in collaboration with him to his poetry named The Life Tree. So my congratulations to the Radha Reddy Parampara for combining high standards of excellent dancing and creative themes with a level of professionalism in modern theatricality that marks their iconic identity. And now, along with the rest of you, I look forward to enjoying the fruits of their curated presentation of the best of classical Indian dance. Namaskar.